Hi Yellow Learners, welcome back to the Yellow Learn YouTube channel. So what are we going to be doing in today's video? First of all, before we get right into what we're going to be doing in today's video, I want to show you the end result of the channel materials bag that I was trying to replicate. So this is the end result after fixing the handle. This is what it looks like, and so good, right? So let's test this. Okay. So yeah, baby girl's gone ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah. Okay, so this is the outcome. Back to what we're going to be doing. So in today's video, I am going to be reforming an old bag that I made. So it was one of the tutorials that I made, but I want to revamp it. I want to turn it into something else. So I'm bringing it on here into the video so that you can see that it is possible to make a bag and still turn it into something else. But before I go right into that, every time I go to the market, my vendors, they're always like, what are you doing with 1 yard of leather? Like, why 1 yard? Every time you come, the max you buy is 1 yard. Sometimes you're even buying half yard. Sometimes you're asking, can you sell quarter yard? But personally, since I make tutorials, I have to have various patterns of leather so that I can bring out the beauty of a particular design that I'm trying to express. So I do not need much of a leather, but the 1 yard of this red leather that I bought, I'm just going to show you what I was able to make with that 1 yard. So I was able to make these 3 bags, and I think I still have pieces left of this. I was able to make this. This is an handbag. It's also a tutorial in the handbag construction class to show you how to make the handle, the gusset, the main panel, and also especially the zipper closure, and yes, an interior zipper compartment inside the bag. So this is a tutorial in the handbag construction class. I also made it with the same, bag fabric, the same leather. And this is also a tutorial to teach the briefcase gusset in double compartments, and you can see the leather as well. So I also made use of the made use of the same leather. So out of that 1 yard of leather, I was able to make all these bags. So on the inside, I used Ankara. I just wanted to show my students that you could go local with your lining. You don't have to use the velvet. You can go using your adire, your Ankara, to make the lining for your bag. And this is what it looks like. So you also have a zipper hole here. So this is the outcome of a tutorial. It's not maybe a bag I replicated. This is the exact tutorial in the handbag construction class. And so you have an interior zipper on the middle, and 2 compartments, and you have the lock, you have your accessories well fixed, and this is what the bag really looks like. This is the 3rd one that we are going to be reforming in this video. So this is the 3rd bag that I made. The main reason why I lost the shape this much was because of the stiffener that I used. It's a flexible stiffener. I didn't use a paper board. So in this video, I'm going to be turning this bag into something else. So first, let's detach this handle, because this handle is still going to be very, very, very useful to us. So we'll need the long strap. So we need the long shoulder strap. So I'm going to keep this separate. And what we're going to do next is we're going to dismantle this bag. So we remove the handle, we remove the flap, and it's a double compartment bag here. And I would like to change the old dimensions. Here, so I'll be using my pen knife to loosen the stitches. So go ahead to remove all the threads and make sure it is as neat as possible. Now that I'm done decoupling this, I'm going to retake the measurements and I'm going to cut out the gusset for it, and we're going to join it together. But I also would like to change this handle, so let us remove the handle. Okay, so I'm done detaching everything. So this is the main panel of the bag. I've also removed the lining from the interior, and I've also removed the lock. These are the handles that were removed from the bag. I'm going to see if I'm able to reuse all of these things. This was the flap, and this was the gusset that was removed. So let's build something new for this bag and change the whole look. Guys, at this point I just have to admit that what is this? I've been trying to look for a color that I can match with this red. I'm looking for the color to match with it, and I've searched all the leathers that I have: yellow, blue, green, everything. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like they're matching up. So this is chocolate, this is chocolate, or is it chocolate or coffee brown? Chocolate. So trying to match it together, I'm not feeling it. So this is whatever color it is. I'm also not feeling it, and this just feels too glossy for me. If you're feeling the vibe for this, so in all, I've decided to settle with black. You can never go wrong with black. Eventually, this young lady is going to be going with the color black. I'll be using this black to, do everything that I want to do on this main panel. And let's see what we arrive.
I didn't like what the bag looked like initially, especially the depth of the bag. That's the dimension for the base of the bag. So here I'm taking the measurements so that I can allow for more space for the base of the bag, so we'll have more depth in the bag. So this is it. Then I'm generating a new base just to add colors to the bag. So I'm using the black leather like I said to do that. Then there are sides of the bag where I removed the handle, so some of the leather had already been damaged. So I'm going to be using this flap to cover that up. So I've already fixed the handle. I used the initial handle, we removed one of them. I used it on the flap, and I'm going to use this flap. So that's the main reason why I designed the back of the flap like this, so that I can cover up the parts of the leather that were damaged from removing the handle from it. Then we'll interface the flap. And we're going to be stitching it on. Layering of leather is one of the things you get to learn in the handbag construction class, right? Like, as I'm using it in this case, I'm using it to cover up the damaged part of the leather, but layering can be used for a whole lot more. You can use it for design, you can use it as borders, you can use it to make really nice things on your bag and make it very unique. I mean, layering. So if you're looking to learn how to make all of these things, all these design elements, how they come into play in a bag, so that you can, do so much more than just boring bags and common bags, then don't miss out the handbag construction class. Ensure that you are joining the handbag construction class, because the class offers a lot, from layering to dimensioning to bag designs, gusset construction methods at various levels. If you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, this class is a must. The class is a class that you're going to get a lot of value from. So I've been able to cover the damaged parts of the back with the flap. Now for the front of the bag, so I introduced this yellow leather, and that's what I'm going to be using to cover up the one for the front. Okay, so the damaged parts of the front of the bag, I'm using the yellow leather, and the yellow leather is just to add a bit of more contrast, because we're already having black and red, and I don't know, it's looking odd, the black and red. So I've said, okay, let us mix it with another kind of color that will pop out, and this yellow, I think it kind of makes sense to me to use yellow, and I really didn't regret using the color because it came out really, really nice. So here I fixed the lining, and I added this little pocket on the interior so that you can keep your keys, your cards, and other little things like change. Okay, quick change. Then we're going to be using this gusset. This is the handbag gusset type 4 in the handbag construction class. So this is the type 4 of the handbag gusset. It's the type of gusset that has no depth. So that's what we're going to be using for the bag. Finishing up a bag with a cylinder arm sewing machine can make your work to be very easy and smooth, but that should not limit you from being able to make bags. So even if you do not have a sophisticated sewing machine like the cylinder arm sewing machine, it should not limit you from being able to make bags that are sturdy, that are sophisticated, and that you can sell. And that's why most of our tutorials, we try as much as possible to use this flatbed sewing machine, both industrial and manual sewing machine, to show you how to make these bags. Okay, so in the handbag construction class you have a lot of tutorials that makes use of the manual flatbed, that's the domestic sewing machine, to make these bags. And I also use this industrial sewing machine, the flat one, this flatbed, to illustrate, to make and finish the bags. So if you do not have the sophisticated sewing machine, it should not be what is limiting you. It should not be a limiting factor for you. It should not be something that makes you think, oh, I cannot make it because I do not have this. What you have can also make all of these bags, and I show that in our classes and even our YouTube tutorials. They also show you that. So here we're done stitching the gussets to the bag, and you can see what it looks like now. So cut off all the loose threads, right, to make your work neat. Use your lighter or your spark to burn off the loose threads if you must. And this is what you're going to have. You can see the interior of the bag looking so pink, and oh my god, the color is nice. I mean, the combination of the yellow, the red, and the black. Wow. So you fix the lock. That's the top part of the lock. We needed to stitch the flap first before fixing the top part of the locks and making it the last step. And then it also has a screw, and I'm going to be using my screwdriver to drive in the screw on the lock. Then we just lock the bag, and that's it.
Able to get done with the bag, and this is what it now looks like. Okay, so this is now the new look of the bag, and I just wanted to be able to cover up some of the patches, so I had to extend it back to make a different style. Then the flap also, I didn't want it to just be black and red, so I lightened it up with this bit of yellow color. Then the top handle, I made use of the handle that was there initially. The D-ring holder is also the one that was there initially. Then this gusset was the one that I used. This is what the interior looks like. Okay, so there's a slip pocket on the inside that can, take things, and the bag is very, very spacious. So we made it to be very spacious, and this is now the new look. And you can as well carry it as short handle. So this looks a lot better than how the bag was before. I think I prefer this style to the initial style, even though this may not be the best, but it's still better than what it was before. And this is just what we've been able to transform the old bag into. So are you going to transform your bags, loosen them up, add some new style, some new designs to the bag? Let me know. To join the handbag construction class, there you learn how to construct various designs of bags and gives you the opportunity to be able to do what I just did here, because I was able to transform the initial design into a new one because I understood the construction and the new things I could do to the bag in order to transform the old look. So if you want to be able to make bags like this from the scratch, not even reform in this case, like from the scratch, and join the handbag construction class by clicking the link in the description, and you'll be able to join us in class. I get to mentor you, guide you, and take you on the journey to know how to make bags. I wish to see you in the handbag construction class. It will be my delight and my pleasure to be with you in the class, and I look forward to that so much. The registration is still ongoing. You can click the link in the description, and I'll be glad to have you in class. See you the next time.